All right, exponents. We're going to simplify the following. So what we have here for number 1 is we have a power, and we have 3 to the 3rd exponent. The 3 on the bottom represents the base, and then the 3 on the top, the little tiny number, represents the exponent. So what that means is the exponent tells us how many times we multiply the base by itself. It is not 3 times 3. Okay, it is 3 multiplied by itself 3 times. So we set it up like this. 3 times 3 times 3. We go left to right, so 3 times 3 is 9. Then we multiply by 3 again, and we get 27 as our answer. Okay, so the exponent tells us how many times the base is multiplied out. Now let's take a look at this example here. The exponent tells us how many times we multiply the base by itself. By itself, that's correct. With parentheses, we multiply everything in the parentheses. So in this case, the base is -4. Okay, so we're going to say -4 times -4. Now, negative times a negative is a positive, so 4 times 4 is 16, and it is a positive 16, so we leave it like this. When you have parentheses, you multiply the entire thing in the parentheses by itself, however many times the exponent says. Okay? Because when we get to the third example, there is no parentheses. So our exponent only tells us how many times we multiply the 2 by itself. The negative is not part of the 2 because technically there is an imaginary -1 that's being multiplied by 2 to the 4th. The exponent only applies to the 2 in this case. So what it actually looks like is we have 2 multiplied by itself 4 times. And in front, we have a -1 that's being multiplied by whatever that answer is. Okay, so the exponent only applies to the number 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So our answer is 16, but we have to multiply it by -1. We have to stick that negative out in front. So our answer is negative. Okay, our answer is negative there. So when we have parentheses, our answer is you have to multiply the entire thing in the parentheses by each other, or how many times the exponent says to multiply it. Without a parentheses, the exponent only applies to the number, not to the negative. Okay, not to the negative, because if you applied it to the negative, you get positive 16, you get an incorrect answer. Now, number 4, 7 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Anything. It could be 612, it could be 1, it could be 0, or it could be 2, it could be 5, it could be anything. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay? So 7 to the 0 is going to be 1. If you have any questions on that, rewind, watch this video on exponents.